Brilliant. Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out, Steel City Gym in Sheffield with its most famous member, I think it's fair to say at the moment, Charlie Edwards, WBC flyweight champion of the world. Charlie, we only saw you a couple of weeks ago. How long have you been back in the gym?
I've been in the gym now for the last 2 weeks, ticking over, running in the gym, doing a bit of work. So yeah, it was straight back to the grind for me. Even when I was down south, when I was with my mum and family, I was still getting out, doing my 6 mile run. So yeah, it's like I said, but when I won the title, the whole work starts now. Do you know what I mean? I've had a bit of downtime, enjoyed some time out of the gym, relaxing, letting my hair down, but I have been ticking over. I've always liked to tick over. If I don't train on a day, I feel like crap. So for my own well-being, I'm always keeping at it.
So now you're the champion. A lot of people are going to be targeting you. What's your ideal 2019? So how many fights will you have? Who against?
My ideal 2013 would be 3 to 4 fights. I would love to 4 fights. Keep active. I would love to unify the division against Mifile Maruti. There's Artem Dalakane out there and the Japanese guy as well. So it's the window of opportunity is very open for me. I'm the target. I'm the sitting duck. Everyone wants to fight me, but that's good. That's what I want. I want people behind me trying to pull on my strings and gunning me down, because that only makes me hungrier. That only makes me want to push more and train even harder, eat even better. You can see I haven't even put on much weight. I've never put on much weight. I'm an ultra professional and I live the lifestyle. So I'm ready to rule supreme for a very long time. But yeah, I would love to be a unified champion by the end of 2019.
It's interesting because in the past you've chased the Kal Yafai fight. He's the one champion you didn't mention then when you talked about unifying the division, even though you're with the same promoter. So is that kind of a conscious decision on your part to move away from that fight?
No, if he wants to fight, I'll move up, take his belt, and then pick which belt I'd rather keep. So that's where I'm at. Obviously, I've just got to focus on my division at the minute. We all know that Kal Yafai does not want to fight me. If he did, he would be making noise right now as soon as I've won the world title. His excuse was before, I had nothing to offer. I'm a world champion, a WBC world champion. He's a world champion. So I would happily move up. I know there'll be a big bounty for that. And it'll make a massive show. And to be honest, for Sky, for profiling, for everything, it makes sense. The only ones that don't make sense for is a person who doesn't think they're going to win it, which obviously it doesn't make sense for him. So yeah, it's one of them things. Kal Yafai is always going to be there, and mark my words, I'll probably end up fighting him when he's on the downward slope, when he needs that payday to back out on, and that's the way it's going to be now. I'm coming into my prime. He's an aged fighter, and listen, I've got full respect for him, but this is a business. Eddie wants to make the fight. I want to make the fight. The management teams want to make the fight on both sides. The only one who don't want the fight is him. He made that pretty clear last year, trying to just brush me under the carpet and make out I was a no one. The reality was my career was on hold, it was on pause, and it was a very frustrating time for me. And because he messed me around, like hanging out, like giving a kid a sweet and pulling it away. That's what he was doing, and that's why my career went on standstill. But now I'm here, I'm a world champion. He can't shy away from it forever, because the British public are going to get sick of it. And coming off the back of our last 2 performances, if you put a poll out saying who do you think will win now, I'm sure it would change.
Maybe we will put that poll out later on our Twitter account.
Do you want to see the Kal Yafai versus Charlie Edwards fight? Because I put it out and I think it was 93% said yes. So,
do you think from his point of view, not just that you might be favoured to win the fight, but also the fact that he's up at super flyweight, so for him there's less to gain from the fight than there is for you? You can move up and win your 2nd world title, whereas he'll just be fighting to retain something he already has.
I understand that. I also understand that the boxing game does not just worry about a belt. You've got to think about your promotional background, your name, your image, your person as a brand. He's not really known about. No one really talks about. No one really bothers tuning into his fights, really. So you've got to weigh it up. If I'm that easy, a 3-round job like he said, then he would take that, because he's offered his career biggest payday. Especially now, I'm a world champion and him a world champion. For the British public, us at lighter weights, they don't know no different. They think it's a unification fight between me and him. So I'll be walking my WBC belt out, he'll be walking his, and it will look like we're fighting for a unification fight. So if it makes money, it makes sense. He's in this game for the money, obviously, because the way when we went head to head, all he wanted to talk about was 80-grand Porsche, this, that. Oh, I've got that in my whip, bro, and stuff like that. So he he is very money orientated. So if you're getting your career biggest payday, why wouldn't you fight me? Only if you wasn't confident, and that's where we're at with it.
There are more marquee names on the world stage at super flyweight than there are at flyweight. So are there other fighters at that weight that you would move up for apart from Kal Yafai?
I would say never. So timing's right. If Grant believes it, in that I can do it, then yeah, I believe in myself. I can beat anyone on my day. I can beat anyone in this on this planet at the weight, and if the opportunity arose, I wouldn't shy away from it. No way. I'm here to build a legacy. I'm not here just to scrub past people and have 4 or 5 defenses against people who not really. Do you know what I mean? I want the unification fights. I've called for it straight away. If Eddie gave me the unification fight next, I would be buzzing. That's what I want. If hopefully it can happen, we never know. So yeah, Cal hasn't called really for unification fights. Only now, because it sounds like he wants to bail out on it, on the big money fight. But good luck to him though. Like he's his own man, and it's his own career. So he's made a lot of money. He's made more money than me, that's for sure. So he's obviously doing something right. He is money orientated, but I'm here to build a legacy. Do you know what I mean? I've got a passion to better myself and push myself to the limit, day in, day out. And like it's ups, down, bumps in the road, but we get there in the end. And that just goes to show like my performance when I got knocked out of Casemiro and come back and win the WBC. I've still got like 10, 12 years. I lived a life, so anything's possible.
What about fighting in America? Obviously, your promoter's got to deal with DAZN over in the US, putting on a number of US shows every year now. Is that an ambition of yours, or has it been from being a kid? Have you always wanted to fight in America?
100%. It's every young British fighter's dream to go to America and fight. Watching the Rocky films when I was a kid, do you know what I mean? That's what you dream of. So yeah, 100% I love to fight in America. But on the other note, I love fighting on home soil. I love the British public. The British fans are unbelievable. And going over to America, you wouldn't have that atmosphere and that buzz. So it's a bit of like either way. But yeah, 100% I would in one stage of my career, and I'm sure it will happen. Eddie's talked about it. He says that's where I'm going to earn the most money, and he's even said in an interview that he wants to now make me a lot of money, because I have fought for not very much money, and I'm a world champion, and like I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not a multi-millionaire. I'm not rich. Do you know what I mean? I'm just getting by. I'm just about to get my own house. Do you know what I mean? So it's like there's a long way to go yet.
And before we let you go, there was obviously a lot of discussion, and we did an interview with you not long after winning the world title about your mum and what the world title meant to her. Just give us an update on how she is now, how she's doing.
Well, we've had a bit of bad news of such. She went out to get another cancer check, and there's been a lump on her breasts that's showing, which I need to go and do more checks on. So it is what it is. Life, high and lows, but yeah, I'm sure she'll be all right. I'm sure she'll pull through.
We wish her all the best. Obviously, she's proven, if nothing else, that she's a huge fighter over the last years. So we've got every faith in her fighting back, just as you have as well. So thank you for your time, and best of luck. You get everything you want this year.